Hey, guest service teamers. I wanted to reach out to y'all. There are a couple stories from my journey into serving and into this role that I've talked to a couple people just sharing my story of what God's done, and also talked about it at the leadership breakfast this past Saturday. And I've had a few different people say, hey, that's something you should share with the team. And where God has made us a very large team, which is wonderful. But it does make it a challenge to share stories with folks just one on one in that kind of capacity. So I'm going to go ahead and share it with you this way, and I hope you find it encouraging and whatnot. So the stories kind of circulate around this. The first story is about me right after I came to Christ, and Jesus pulled me towards serving. So serving initially for me, right after I came to Christ. I came to Christ when I was 30, after the birth of my first daughter, and serving was absolutely something I did to check a box. I figured, I'm part of a local church now. It's something that I'm supposed to do, so I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to do it. And the first team I served with consistently was the clean team, the facilities clean team. And at first, mostly what I did would be vacuuming. I vacuumed a lot of the church building, and eventually there was a few times where I would clean the main men's room off the atrium, the big men's room there. Well, the first time I'm cleaning that men's room by myself, I am scrubbing the toilets and cleaning the urinals and doing all the things that you do that needs to be done. And the whole time I had this selfish train of thought just circling around in my mind, which is, Jacob, you worked hard in college. You got a great job. You worked hard at that career. You got to a place where you're making, six figures. You're comfortable in that sense, and your time is valuable. And what are you doing, man? Like, why are you here cleaning toilets? And so that's the process, or that's the train of thought that is just running through my mind the whole time I'm cleaning the bathroom. And the last thing I do before I finish cleaning the bathroom is I clean the counters and the mirror right there. And so as I'm cleaning that, and I've got this selfish train of thought going, God breaks into the middle of my train of thought. I mean, it was audible, it felt like. And he said to me, Jacob, every Sunday on the other side of that atrium, there are men that are coming to know me. And the first time that they see themselves through my eyes is in this mirror. They may physically see themselves through my eyes is in this mirror. And so it just flattened me. And in that moment, serving absolutely became something that I got to do. That God would make my feet hit the ground and fill my lungs with His breath on a daily basis so that I get to serve Him and join Him in His plan A, which is the local church. And so that's when serving shifted. And I was in different roles throughout the time. And then eventually, after a period of time, I was approached about being the guest services director for the New London campus. And I saw that role, I saw Candy in that role, and I saw that role as being very administrative heavy. That the team needed somebody that was gifted administratively, that somebody who could manage processes, and that was kind of the need of the role. And so I was going to say no because I don't have those giftings, and so I couldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't be what the team needed, and I'd be miserable, I thought, and I wouldn't be what the team needed. And so in the middle of all that, I took some time to pray about it, and I did take a full day off to just pray and fast. And in that day of praying and fasting, God reminded me of something that had happened 2 weeks earlier, which was, there's a family member of mine that's had a rough life, and they have they've just they've had a hard life. A lot of it self-inflicted. And from what I saw, I thought, that they could it would probably be a good thing for them to meet with some type of mental health professional just to walk that out and see if there's something there and a way to just try something different. And for years, the answer was no. That's not something I'm willing to do. Um, but 2 weeks before this day of prayer and fasting, the person said yes. They said they wanted to give it a shot, that they had hit a rock bottom and that they were ready to give it a shot. They had to try something. And so they didn't know where to start. So they asked me for information for an office, and I gave them the contact info for an office I had had a good interaction with before. And right when they leave me, right when they get out to their car in the parking lot, they call this office to schedule an appointment. They're ready. They're ready. God, their heart had been softened. They're ready to move. And when they called the office, the receptionist that they got was extremely rude and demeaning, and they never even got to a place to make an appointment. So it didn't matter how good the counselors were there. They never got to that place. They never got to the place where an actual difference, their life may have been changed for the better. And so my family member, my loved one, I care about them. Their life is looking to be on the same track for an extended period of time, if not for the rest of their life. There's no telling it. And so God connected that into my day of fasting. I couldn't shake it, and just made me realize that, we are the receptionists for Jesus Christ here. We have the potential to play a part in encouraging and helping somebody. And, we could be the difference between somebody making an appointment with Jesus Christ or not. And so God just really sunk that down into me. And he just reminded me that's something I can get behind, and I can carry that, and I can try to love people, and, that he had me here. And so it is a true honor to be on this team, and I appreciate y'all. And Lord, Lord knows that I never saw myself here. So this is a God story in and of itself. And so I look forward to serving Jesus together, to being the receptionist for him. The building is just fertile soil every Sunday, and we really have an opportunity to serve Jesus and do some great things. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I just wanted to share that with y'all, and I look forward to serving with y'all. All right, have a wonderful day.